Welcome to Chamber Exchange, a TV show. My name is Tim Murray, President and CEO of the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce. And Chamber Exchange, a TV show, is an opportunity for us to discuss things happening in central Massachusetts pertaining to economic development and job creation. Oftentimes on the show, we bring guests and members of the Chamber to help us talk about that, as well as leaders in government who make decisions relating to public policy. Obviously, with the COVID-19 situation, things across the country and across the globe have dramatically changed. Nonetheless, we felt it was extremely important to bring you this show to get information out, particularly to our businesses, as well as those who've been impacted by the COVID-19 crisis, to get you information that can be of assistance to our businesses and to individuals and families who've been laid off. I want to, before we get into the show, especially thank the team at Spectrum News 1 for their work in helping facilitate today's show and for the great work that they've done to help communicate to viewers and people throughout the region important public information as it relates to public health and decisions being made at different levels of government, as well as information from our public health professionals, which is so critical. We hope that you and your family are doing well at this time, and we have in our thoughts those who've been impacted by COVID-19 with the illness, and in particular we also think of our first responders, the men and women who are at the front line fighting this disease, fighting this epidemic, and to those workers in the grocery stores and others who are doing very important work as well. We recently were talking with Congressman McGovern, Eric Dixon from the UMass Memorial Healthcare System, as well as Carolyn Jackson, who is the new leader of the St. Vincent Hospital. They have been in close communication with our leaders at the local, state, and federal level, and really coordinating in a way that underscores how important the healthcare industry is to our region. And whether it be St. Vincent's and UMass, to home health care providers, organizations like Reliant Fallon, and a whole host of others, we are really lucky to have so many healthcare professionals in this region doing great work as we speak. I want to also thank City Manager Augustus and Mayor Petty and their teams here at the Chamber. We've worked closely with them on a number of different issues, including a micro grant program, which we're going to get into a little bit later in the show. I also want to thank Congressman McGovern. We have had 2 conference calls with Congressman McGovern and our Chamber Board, as well as with Eric Dixon, the leader of the UMass Memorial Healthcare System, and Carolyn Jackson from St. Vincent. His work and advocacy and helping us get the information that we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show has been extremely important and will be beneficial to our area businesses and to our regional economy. I also want to acknowledge some of our Chamber member manufacturers. We understand that there is a real demand and a crisis in and of itself around making sure that our healthcare providers and our first responders have access to PPE, personal protective equipment. We have seen the innovation and the can-do spirit of so many of our local manufacturers in stopping operations and looking to meet that need. And I want to particularly recognize Flexcon. The McDonough family has led Flexcon for a couple of generations, a great local company here in central Massachusetts. The McDonough family have been very generous in a variety of different ways to the community. But Neil McDonough and his team, really within 36 hours, were able to stop aspects of their operation to begin to manufacture personal protective equipment, particularly face shields, which UMass Memorial, St. Vincent's, other major healthcare providers, the VNA and others are now using as they look to provide care and contain this virus as best as possible. So thank you to them. I also want to recognize Salmon Health. We've been working with them at the Chamber to get word out on anyone who has a 3D printer on how they can make masks as well, and we've been able to get some of our members and organizations that are making masks now and getting those to our healthcare providers as well. So just a couple of examples. If there's a manufacturer out there, or you know a manufacturer or an employee at a local manufacturer The state has also started a team, and I want to acknowledge Lieutenant Governor Polito, Governor Baker, Secretary of Housing and Economic Development, Mike Keneally. They have also been very proactive, have been in Worcester just recently. They have started a program that will make it easier for our manufacturers who might be looking to pivot to make personal protective equipment. And if there's a manufacturer out there, there's now what they call the Manufacturing Emergency Response Team. And if there's a manufacturer out there, masstech.org/m-ERT. So masstech.org/m-ERT. And they will provide information on how you might be able to convert aspects of your manufacturing to do personal protective equipment. It provides information on regulatory compliance, specifications and testing required for products before it goes out, as well as sharing designs and CAD software and things like that that would assist in the manufacturing process. So again, I thank the Lieutenant Governor and the Baker-Polito administration and Secretary Keneally for helping get that information out to our manufacturers, so many of whom who want to step up and help. I just want to also let people know we made a decision early on in this crisis here at the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce. While we are a membership-based organization where our businesses and organization pays dues to be a part of our chamber, we also have a broader mission to the business community and the community at large around issues of economic development and job creation. And in that spirit, we have opened up our services here at the chamber. The staff is working remotely to assist any business, whether you're a chamber member business or not. If you're looking for information, you have questions, guidance, please, you can email us at info@chamber.org. That's info@chamber.org. You can call us at 508-753-2924, and we will try to get you answers, connected, and help you, because it's so important that we keep as many businesses as we can viable as we go through this crisis, so that when we get to the other end, and we will, we'll get past this, that we have our businesses ready to open and employing people again. So please don't hesitate to contact us, whether you're a chamber member or not. You're a business out there and you need information, info@chamber.org, or call us at 508-753-2924. Now, I mentioned Congressman McGovern. Just a week or so ago, the CARES Act was passed at the federal level, and that is a bill unprecedented, a couple of $1 trillion, that will provide assistance to a range of people, businesses, and entities to help fight the economic crisis that has followed this health crisis with the coronavirus. This bill now has been passed, and there's a variety of different programs that are out there to help. Most of those programs are coming through the United States Small Business Administration. That was an agency that was started in July of 1953 by President Eisenhower. It's a federal agency that looks to help entrepreneurs who are looking to start businesses or help small businesses that are looking to expand. And it has had a great history of doing just that. We here at the Chamber work with them on a weekly, if not daily basis. One of the programs that the Small Business Administration runs is the SCORE program, and that is former business executives or business owners who then mentor and provide advice to people who are looking to start a business or who have just started a business and need some assistance or guidance. They also provide lending. They work with local and community banks to help a business that's looking to start, or maybe a small business looking to expand, that may need some financial backing. They may be in a situation where they haven't established credit or may have shaky credit. The Small Business Administration will come in and work with a local bank and guarantee aspects of the loan so that the capital and money can get out so a business can start or a business can expand. One of the elements of the CARES Act is that the United States Small Business Administration and the federal government is going to deputize many of the local banks we're all familiar with and that many of our businesses work with. If they do any type of SBA lending, which most do, the United States Business Administration is going to deputize them to administer some of the loan programs that have been established. One of those programs from the outset of this crisis, we have been urging chamber member businesses and all businesses to go online, sba.gov, and apply for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. It's critically important that you fill out that paperwork, go online, fill it out, and that will provide you, start the process for you being eligible to receive monies. And so it's really important that you go in and start that process. Because in the next week or so, our banks local banks will be able to work with businesses on helping access the money. And part of that money involves a $10,000 grant that is not a loan, it's a grant to businesses. There's also the Paycheck Protection Act, which is another loan program that businesses will be able to access so that they can continue to pay their employees for a period of time, as well as other fixed costs that are associated with running a business, and that is a forgivable loan as well. And again, the idea is to get these dollars out at very favorable, if not even in some cases forgivable, so that businesses can stay open, keep people employed, so that when we get this health crisis, the pandemic, behind us, these businesses can continue to run and keep people employed as we speak. So those are a couple important programs that are out there. Also, as I mentioned, the SBA works with many of our banks on a regular basis. And so there may be a number of businesses out there that have utilized SBA programs, the 7A program. And again, the 7A program is also a program that helps a business that's looking to start or expand. And in those instances, if you are somebody who has one of those loans, part of the CARES Act, the Federal Relief Act, allows you to suspend those payments or defer those payments for a period of time, or in some cases the government will pay for those loans for a 6-month period. So if you're a business out there that's been impacted, obviously, by this crisis, as most have, if you are working with a local bank on an SBA program, the 7A program, you should also look and contact your local lender that you're working with to understand how you could take advantage of, utilize these programs that are available for people who currently use an SBA program. Also, there are businesses out there that have used the 504 loan program, which again is an SBA program, and that is usually a loan program that allows a business to acquire a piece of property or an asset or equipment. And that program works whereas the owner of the business or the prospective business owner puts 10% down, the local bank puts 50% down, and SBA puts 50%. We're looking to understand what programs might be out there as it relates to people with 504 loan programs, and we'll get that information out as soon as we have clarity on that area. So it's really important that people take the time, business owners take the time to go out and go on the SBA.gov or contact your local lender that you've been working with. As I said, most of the local banks in the area are SBA lenders. As we speak, many of those banks and their teams are being trained on the new regs and guidelines that are going to come out as a result of this CARES Act. We've been in touch with many of our member banks, and they are waiting for the information, which should be coming just in days, so that within the coming weeks, the next couple of weeks, they can begin to realize some of those the specifics of those programs and begin to process some of these applications to get those dollars out there. So a lot of things happening here at the moment. We look forward to getting that information out. And as I said from the outset, if there's any business out there, chamber member or not, we're here to help and provide any assistance at info@chamber.org or call us at 508-753-2924.